This morning we have our friend, licensed marriage and family therapist Kevin Peterson joining us. Kevin, thank you so much for being on, my friend. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Good to see you and happy holidays.
Great to see you as well, and happy holidays to you too. Let's talk about these boundaries. This is going to be what saves us this time of year. How important are setting these boundaries, and specifically what boundaries are we talking about here?
Well, the thing I always tell my families that I work with or folks is don't be afraid to talk about things ahead of time. If you're worried about a certain situation or you're worried about somebody's behavior or whatever, just put it on the table ahead of time and be clear about what, makes you feel safe and comfortable. It's okay to have a conversation.
I think we are afraid of hurting a lot of people's feelings whenever we do that. People actually tend to be pretty receptive to how you're feeling, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is that the way you approach it, the way you explain it to them and just say, hey, it's just important to me that we all feel safe, we all feel comfortable, and that we don't put pressure on anybody and nobody feels awkward or uncomfortable. As long as you explain it that way, who could argue?
Right. So, Kevin, talk to us about expectations going into maybe a family or friends holiday party, like going into all of that.
Sure. So one of the most important things to remember is you can't control anyone but yourself. So just let everyone be themselves. Don't worry about trying to dictate other people's behavior or who says what to who or who wears what or who brings the wrong green bean casserole. Just let it happen, man.
Right.
Hey, you can never have too much green bean casserole.
And you can never have too much green bean casserole. That's really actually the reason we brought you on, is to talk more about that. Kevin, I actually read a really fascinating quote in one of the books that I'm reading right now, where they said, if you're having a bad time at the party, that's on you. And I think that kind of changed my perspective about that. If I want to have a good time at whatever gathering I'm at, I can put myself in a mindset to do so. How can we help our friends out at home with that same thing?
Well, so this goes back to just take care of yourself. Set your own personal expectation of what it is you want to do, and don't worry about anybody else. As I always say, if grumpy Uncle Bob is going to be grumpy, just let him be grumpy. You don't got to worry about that. You don't got to worry about if he's pissing anybody off or going after anyone. Just enjoy yourself. And then, the other thing too is if you really aren't having fun and you really don't like what's going on, you can always take a break, go for a walk, or if it's really too much, you can go home and leave. It's okay. This is about you making sure you're having a good time.
Right.
And if you're not happy and you're not safe, then it's okay.
Yeah, no, totally. So if someone needs help, though, let's say during this time, what resources do we have for them? Maybe what they're struggling with goes beyond just having to stay silent or leave the party. Where can we direct them?
Oh, absolutely. This is definitely the time of year when people start to feel everything. So I would say always check your local community mental health facility. Colorado has an amazing network. You can dial 211 on your phone to get immediate resources as well. There's a new suicide hotline, 988, that'll help you. And then you can always check Psychology Today, punch in your zip code, punch in what you're looking for, and you'll get some immediate help right then and there.
All right, Kevin Peterson, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. We're going to set those boundaries and practice some healthy lifestyle as we go into the holidays. We hope you have a good holiday, my friend.